Good morning, Brooke. Good morning, Bobby. And good morning, everybody. Taking a look at that Palisades fire. Now, this is the active flames that are still burning out here in the Palisades area. Now, there are still a few structures down closer into the areas where the homes are.
Wildfires have been a huge problem in California, as many Californians are experiencing the horrors of these fires as wildfires have drastically increased over the years. Experts from the National Geographic define wildfires as an uncontrolled fire that burns in the wildland vegetation like forests, grasslands, savannas, or other ecosystems. Climate change is primarily the cause of these wildfires, as it is caused by the burning of fossil fuels, which is increasing the frequency and severity of wildfires in California. Rising global temperatures, reduced precipitation, and a changed rainfall season and longer fire seasons have all dried out California's landscapes, increasing the chances of wildfires happening and spreading rapidly, affecting many California residents and wildlife, as many of them have lost their homes, possessions, livelihoods, and even their own lives. Wildfires are also contributors to greenhouse gas emissions, as carbon dioxide emissions from wildfires have surged by 60% since 2001 globally. These carbon emissions contributed heavily to the problem, as it created potential risks for future wildfires in California. Extended periods of drought in these areas worsens the problem, as these changes have contributed to an annual average burned area in 2020 to 2023 that is 3 times higher than in the 2010s. Not only this, but wildfires have created a drastic damage to infrastructure, including transportation routes, water systems, and power grids. These damages have greatly affected California, as the annual losses for wildfire damages averaged more than $1 billion between 1990 to 1999 and 2010 to 2018. The United States government last year stated that, quote, "Climate change has been a key driver in increasing the risk and extent of wildfires in the western United States during the last 2 decades, through strong direct or indirect ties to temperature, humidity, and dried-out vegetation, if not wind," unquote. A study in 2021 by NOAA and the U.S. National Integrated Drought Information System stated that the western U.S., quote, "has experienced a rapid increase of fire weather in recent decades, especially in the warm season," unquote. As of 2025, California has faced around 2,100 wildfires burning 74,000 acres, according to data from the CAL FIRE. Around 30 people have died this year.
Paradise. It's not a numeric, it's just a feeling, sense of loss, place, belonging.
This is a true tragedy, and it's a mistake of the governor, and you could say the administration.
The governor should resign.
Experts have been interviewed over the years warning about the potential risk climate change creates for Californians.
That I say that this was inevitable at some point, right? What we're experiencing is the impacts of what's been predicted in terms of climate change. We in California have encroached increasingly into highly flammable areas. And with more people in those highly flammable areas, the likelihood of these things happening increases.
The American Southwest, sort of El Paso to Santa Barbara, has been drying out since the 1980s. The latest data from the EPA is that's going to continue to the end of the century. I kind of wish I could live that long to see if it's actually true. But so that's the long-term set of issues that we're wrestling with. But we do have a drought. I mean, it's certainly in Los Angeles, we've got maybe 0.3 of an inch of rain this rain season, so-called. And we've got a rain deficit.
It's going to change the way we go about living our lives, in the sense that this is the new normal.
All the science is very consistent that these are the kinds of events that have been predicted for decades, and they're happening. And all of the science points us towards more of the same.
And many Californians are experiencing the consequences of climate change.
We have a couple we just let loose over there. We're trying to get as many as we can out. Yeah.
Are any homes out there on fire?
Honestly, I did not pay attention. I just drove straight to the barn to get my horses out.
I'm lucky to even have the little bag of clothes that I have left, but as far as trophies, memories, diplomas, everything else just went up in flames.
My mom just said it to me. She's like, everything's gone. You mean the books that we have, like nothing? I'm just like, Mom, it's all gone.
It's like a bad, horrific dream.
It's like your heart's been ripped out.
We have everything. We have our lives.
It's done and thrown away. and you're just trying to find a piece to put it back together.
We're living an alternate reality. I still don't feel like it's real.
Experts have stated that a peak of wildfires have occurred mostly from July through October, making it known as wildfire season. California's wildfires are expected to be more frequent, more damaging, and more widespread as the increase of carbon emissions continues throughout the United States and the world throughout the end of the century. However, there are many solutions that the government and Californians can take to fix this issue. In 2019, Governor Gavin Newsom issued an emergency proclamation directing CAL FIRE to immediately implement projects that have successfully protected lives and property. California can also strategically remove some vegetation from these landscapes, either through prescribed fire or thinning, as this helps restore the forests into a more healthy state. Wildfire management should also lean heavily on defensive practices, such as reducing the potential causes for climate changes. This also means that California should protect homes using fire-resistant materials and landscaping, creating a defensible space around them. California already uses AI-powered wildfire detection systems using AI to detect early signs of fire. Californians can also take action by reducing the amount of greenhouse gases into the air and switch to renewable energy, electric vehicles, reduce carbon footprint, and Californians can advocate for change supporting stronger climate policies. Californians should also prepare for potential wildfire incidents, as it is possible for more wildfires to happen in the next few months as the weather gets hotter. Californians and people in government should take action immediately, as we have seen enough devastation happening to innocent people and wildlife animals. The United States government should take action immediately by passing legislation, as it is evident that climate change is the main issue for the increase of wildfires. Californians should look out for each other and advocate for these changes.